Ulster. Same thing. That's way too much hassle.
Actually, it's not. Ulster can handle the switching for you. Just call them.
That's easy, and I can save, and you get Ulster.
Hi guys, welcome back to XCOM 2.
You got your own.
Okay, I think I remember where we are now. Okay.
This is keratin.
We're doing one of these. Okay.
Nail gel cleans out fungus by
This is they attacked the base. So we got the base people.
Proven results. So effective, it's money back guaranteed. It was the first fluoride-free toothpaste I've ever found that actually works. My dentist is blown away with how clean and white my teeth are. My gums and teeth are so healthy, it's crazy. You can get Lumino toothpaste at Walmart and Target.
Hi, I'm Dr. Boyer. I'm a chiropractic physician. Early on in my practice, I was introduced to Balanced Nature. What an amazing product. I love it. I love what it has done for me, and I know what it has done for my patients. It is the best product that I've ever come across.
Splash into your summer with Balance of Nature's summer savings. Get 50% off your first set as a preferred customer with free shipping and our money-back guarantee while supplies last. Claim this offer by using discount code Fox News.
I'm not a doctor. I'm not even in a doctor's office. I'm standing on the street talking to real people about their heart.
How's your heart? My heart's pretty good.
You sure?
I think so.
How do you know? You're driving a car, you have to check engine light. The heart doesn't have an A, check heart sign. I'm going to show you something. Put both fingers right on those pads. There you go. In 30 seconds, we're going to have a medical grade EKG. There it is.
With Cardio Mobile, you can take a medical grade EKG in just 30 seconds from anywhere. Cardio Mobile is proven to detect atrial fibrillation, one of the leading causes of stroke, and it's the only personal EKG that's FDA cleared to detect normal heart rhythm, bradycardia, and tachycardia.
How much do you think this device costs? $99. Wow, that's impressive.
Checking your heart anytime, anywhere has never been easier. Don't wait. Get Cardio Mobile today for just $79 at cardia.com or Amazon.
Migrant crime surges and smashing grab heists.
Whoa.
What will it take to keep Americans safe? Chris Hansen investigates exclusively on Primetime.
You spend hours maintaining.
Excuse me. Copy that.
And all your sunny day by the water. Friends, fun, and maybe a few drinks. We all know to keep our roads free of impaired drivers, and that means our lakes and waterways too. Impaired boating is impaired driving. Thank you to all the responsible boaters who are doing their part, and to those that keep an eye out, just in case. Here's to more sunny days. Enjoy the summer on safer roads and waterways. Arrive alive. Drive sober.
Fox News alert, the Washington, D.C. Court of Appeals has just suspended
This click will get you killed.
That comes after he was found guilty on 3 federal gun charges earlier this month. Mike Emanuel is live in Washington with more on this. Mike.
Mike Haley, Hunter Biden's law license here in Washington has been suspended immediately. That only affects his ability to practice in Washington. The paperwork from the Court of Appeals dated today notes Hunter Biden was recently found guilty of 3 felony counts, and the D.C. Bar considers them, quote, serious crimes. The Board of Professional Responsibility, a court-appointed panel of city lawyers, which is the disciplinary arm, is now being directed to institute a formal investigation. Hunter Biden is due to be sentenced next month in federal court in Delaware over lying about his illegal drug use when registering for a gun purchase. For context, any federal felony conviction could be reason for permanent disbarment, But that decision is ultimately up to the court. Rudy Giuliani and former Justice Department official Jeffrey Clark had their law licenses suspended by the D.C. bar. Hunter Biden also faces federal tax charges in California. That trial set to begin in September. That could affect his standing with the bar here in Washington and potentially elsewhere. Haley?
Mike, thank you. Emily, I suppose this comes as no surprise. He's convicted. He was found guilty. I'm certain he will appeal. But this is kind of a natural, substantive second step. If you get convicted of a crime, they now look at your law license. Right, and keep in mind, so the Office of Disciplinary Counsel, they moved for this about a week ago, and that is, to your point, a natural consequence of this conviction. I want to point out that, at least in the states that I am barred in, the number one reason for termination or temporary suspension of law licenses usually involves inappropriate stewardship of trust and fine accounts, i.e. Michael Avenatti. The second one is always substance abuses, and it sort of, I think, bears worth questioning. We know from 2021, when Hunter Biden published his book, that he documented his substance abuse issues then. So you could sort of question, why wasn't there that referral at that time? Perhaps no one simply referred him to the ethics bar, to the disciplinary council. Right, but the conviction at this point is what triggered this, and it also affects any type of federal bar membership. So to be admitted to the federal bar, it's district by district, and you do so by having first or state license. So here it automatically extinguishes if he was at any point admitted to practice federal law, which I don't think he was, but this would be the trigger for that too. He's had this law license since 2007. He now faces up to 25 years in prison. Again, I'm certain he will appeal. We'll see what happens there. But you mentioned the manuscript. That is something that is so befuddling to me because that was so central to this case. You would think that if you wrote a manuscript talking about your addiction, a publisher, an editor, someone would say, hey, this might not just put at risk your personal freedom, but your law license as well.
Well, I guess it would have mattered if he was using his laws. Was he actually doing that? When you're extorting money from, or as alleged, I'll say that, from overseas concerns, or they're paying you and there are questions about patent violation, was he really acting as an attorney? What was his expertise in gas, in international monetary, policies or international monetary transactions, Rosemont Seneca, Rosemont Capital? The fact is, this comes along, I think you said it right, based on the trigger. He's now got a conviction. I'm not surprised by this.
Well, his expertise now, Harris, is art. Remember, I think his paintings are actually pretty good. So maybe, you're no longer in law. Maybe you go to full-time artistry.
Well, you like his painting.
I kind of do that.
I'm not a connoisseur, so maybe that's my problem then. Emily kind of answered my question, and that was with his just known drug use in the past. And we're not just talking about substances which are illegal. We're not talking about alcohol. He was using illicit drugs. He was crack cocaine. He was a criminal doing those things. And I guess, as Emily, you pointed out, somebody would have had to turn him in. Something would have had to have been adjudicated. But can you imagine this guy representing you if he was actually working as an attorney or working on your behalf? No one turned him in all those years. I mean, I just look at all the videos that are out there and have been out there for years. It is a little mind-boggling. But now he can't practice law.
The other, if I may say, just to the point of rehabilitation, so crime rehabilitation back to restoring your law license, if it involves a crime of moral turpitude, that is something that can sever your ability to practice law forever. So it remains to be seen at this point because that is, it's still outstanding there in D.C. They are adjudicating this case among the bar. If they determine it's a crime of moral turpitude, it could indeed bar him from practicing forever.
One quick one, the tax fraud cases, do they frustrate his ability to practice law if he's found guilty there?
Yes. Just like Michael Avenatti as well, in addition to his improper use of crime. Jerry, we know that President Biden takes all of this very personally. He talks to his son every single day. I've read as they prepare him for the debate, they are also preparing him for the probability of Hunter coming up on the stage, something that could trigger him maybe to have an outburst. But he should prepare for it in some capacity. It could come up. We'll see.
You bet. And my first thought here was, how is this going to impact Biden? Is he going to be attacked? I find it surprising and shocking the degree to which it is a non-issue in this campaign. It comes up less than I would have expected. But in the debate, I think you'll get at least a question. Trump will
probably. Where would the question come from?
Well, I think.
Well, he's not a moderator.
But I think he's going to have to play a moderator. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
is every single one bringing up issues that possibly the CNN hosts don't want to
I hope his microphone is on when that opportunity comes. Ask him about
I don't think it'll stop him, to be honest, if he really wants to.
Well, but the audience needs to hear it.
Yeah.
They do. Okay, well, on to this. Be sure to tune in tonight to the Ingram Angle at 7 p.m. Eastern Time here on the Fox News Channel. We have a ton of breaking news happening during our hour. Assange engaging in that plea deal, not only that Jamal Coleman, his future at stake, could be the first squad member ousted. They have their eyes on Cori Bush next, should that happen tonight. We'll have Josh Hawley, Chip Leroy, several others. Tune in tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern here on Fox. Coming up, new polling out on the 2024 presidential race just ahead of the CNN presidential debate.
Introducing Ned's Black Psoriasis. He thinks his flaky red patches are all people see.
Otezla is the #1 prescribed pill to treat black psoriasis. Otezla can help you get clearer skin. Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Serious allergic reactions can happen. Otezla may cause severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting. Some people take Otezla injection with suicidal thoughts or relapse. Upper respiratory tract infection and headache may occur.
Live in the moment. Ask your doctor about Otezla. Okay, everyone. Our mission is to provide complete balanced nutrition for strength and energy.
Ensure with 27 vitamins and minerals, nutrients for immune health, and ensure complete with 30 grams of protein.
In our family, there was a passion for glassmaking that's passed down through the generations. On Ancestry, I was able to actually put together our family tree. Each person is a glassmaker.
We stood on some pretty broad shoulders to get to where we're at today. I'm Richard Carr, and I love my hose. My hose is lightweight.
I've got it.
My hose will not kink. And my hose is anti-leak. It ain't those old hoses. This is my hose. The new pocket hose Copper Bullet, now infused with real copper, so your water is always clean and lead-free. Just turn on the water and watch your hose grow and grow to a full-size 3/4-inch hose. It stretches and expands like a rubber band. And when you turn on the water, away it goes, shrinking and squeezing that water out until it's practically bone dry. And that makes it easy to carry and put away. Our new inner tube uses 3 layers of high-strength latex on the inside. Then it's wrapped in a new polymer filament jacket, similar to the technology used in forest fire hoses because it's light and tough, 3 times stronger than the other hoses. It's guaranteed for 10 years. Nearly impossible to tear or snag. And the redesigned connector protector helps stop leaks at the spigot. But my favorite part of our new hose build, the oversized, easy-to-grip fittings. Easy on and off, even with gloves. With more than 100 patents worldwide, it's the best pocket hose in the world. Get the super light 25-foot pocket hose Copper Bullet today for only $29.99. But wait, call now and get our copper spray nozzle with our exclusive thumb drive free. Simply use your thumb to turn off and on. And with 10 unique patterns, you'll have a setting for every job. It's a $30 value. Yours free with every 50-foot Copper Bullet. But it's not available in stores. This is an exclusive release of our newest pocket hose. There is a strict limit on 3 per order. Don't wait. Order now.
To order, call 1-800-709-4650 or visit copperbullet.hose.com. So call 1-800-709-4650 or visit copperbullet.hose.com. Order now.
My plane has mechanical problems. I'll try to get there.
Breakfast looks delicious, as always. Having a chauffeured hard plane side helps keep me on schedule. Jeff, with all the plane shortages, did you have trouble finding one? I never have. I simply pick a plane, pay, and I'm ready to graduate to our destination.
I'm reading what I need.
Do we have a deal? Missed you at the meeting today. Back here, don't miss out on the most important moments of your life.
Call for a complimentary flight.
These bills are crazy.
Didn't see any faceless of that mission. Probably was what the invisible guy was.
Policy of $100,000 or more, she can sell all or part of it to Coventry for cash, even a term policy. The term policy. Even a term.
Return us to the chaos of the old world.
Find out if you're sitting on a gold mine. Call Coventry Direct today at 800-496-9200 or visit CoventryDirect.com.
Well, we are just 2 days away from the CNN presidential debate, and of course you can watch the simulcast right here on Fox News. Democrats appear to be getting a bit nervous about President Biden's re-election bid. You'll remember a couple of months ago, Biden's campaign had confidence they could win Florida. Now the Biden campaign is ruling Florida out.
Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, clearly battleground states, Nevada, Arizona, Georgia. We have a discussion about whether you want to include North Carolina. You would agree all those 6 are battleground states, the ones that I mentioned. North Carolina's battleground state?
Yes.
Florida?
No.
Thank you. I was afraid you were going to lie.
Whoa, okay. I mean, give that man a snack. Even the liberal media are raising concerns about who is advising Joe Biden.
There is a profile in the New York Times today of the 3 closest advisors, longest serving advisors, informal advisors to the president, and they're all white men in their 60s or higher. Former Senator Ted Kaufman, 85 years old. So is that too insular?
Well, Vice President Kamala Harris was asking flat out, why is the race so close?
If the contrast is so obvious, what's going on? Why does it poll so closely? Why is the race so close? These races are always close. It's the election of the President of the United States. And everyone in an election for President of the United States will critically examine all the issues and make a decision. But at the end of the day, we're going to win.
Okay. So now, former President Obama and Hillary Clinton are coming to the rescue. According to the New York Magazine, Obama has become, quote-unquote, increasingly involved with the Biden campaign. Now, would that be increasingly like helping him off the stage? Come on, let me grab you by your wrist. That kind of increasing? Or is there something else? Reportedly, there is worry that Donald Trump may very well win. Well, the vice president may not agree with that, but others do. Hillary Clinton used an op-ed today to publicly swoon over President Biden ahead of the CNN presidential debate. Kaylee, I guess we can be thankful that, at least they are debating, because it has to happen. But what is this? This isn't like expectation setting. What is this?
Yeah, look, I think what you're seeing is a Democratic Party panic. And they're expressing confidence publicly. Because you have Jen O'Malley Dillon wisely and honestly say, look, Florida's not in play, which is a huge deal. But she went on to say, in that interview with John Heidelman, the first thing I'll say is that Joe Biden is going to win, period. Okay, how can you be that confident when none of the polling shows that? There's this external expression of confidence and this back of the scene, backstage freak out by everyone involved. And I have to wonder if this debate, I'm getting conspiratorial, is it the first kickoff to the general election as they're framing it, or is this the final hurdle Joe Biden has to jump over to be the nominee? Who knows?
I think that's a conspiracy. I think that's a question about how they really view it. I mean, listen to Van Jones. If he doesn't do this, the whole thing is over.
Quiet part out loud.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do this real quickly, and then we'll open it back up to the caps. The Real Clear Politics average. You mentioned the numbers, so let's take a look. Trump and Biden are very, very close together. They're 1 percentage point apart. Now, this is not an up or down or margin of error type of situation, because Real Clear Politics has a high number of polls that they look at, and this is the average of all of those national polls. So you would want more than a 1 point spread. It is still close, but how is it with the man that Joe Biden says has all these convictions or I should say felonies against him and a conviction, so on and so forth? How is it that the current president, the incumbent, a man who's been in politics for 50 years, is technically almost done?
Well, Joe Biden's running against the American people and the issues they face. Donald Trump is the target he'd like you to focus on. Think about what just came out. Snopes now had to admit what we've all known and we're all conspiracy theorists for, that the Charlottesville verifying people that Trump praised both neo-Nazis and white supremacists was an absolute lie. The video was there, the audio was there. Many reporters were in the room when Trump gave that press conference. Joe Biden is running against inflation. He's running against border security. He's running against 12-year-olds being raped and murdered by illegal aliens, 13-year-olds, mothers. This is what he's running against. He's running against what the American people deal with food and fuel prices on a daily basis.
Yeah. I mean, when you put it like that, I can see why they're panicking. Emily?
Such a great point. And interesting that you say I can see why they're panicking when some apparently close advisors in the inner circle say, we don't know if they are. The argument, to go back to Andrea Mitchell's question, she's essentially, okay, so Biden's 3 closest advisors are 3 older white men. The question, according to insiders, is it seems as if they say, do they even get it? The question has been raised and said in the New York Times. So he has a very close, diverse, multi-generational group of advisors. However, he keeps leaning on the same 3 people. So cut through that, and that means that they haven't gone outside.
So the ages are the following. Ron Klain is 62, Mike Donovan is 65. What about the president, right? I mean, the president's the old guy in that group, right? Look, I want to say just one thing about this, and that's this. The president needs to talk about inflation and the economy in the debate. I want to hear what he has to say. I want to hear all about why he can't get inflation down. I don't want to hear that it was 9% when he took office, because it was not. It was less than 2%.
It was 1.4.
Yeah.
A president will be talking about that. It just won't be.
That's right.
So we'll see. We'll have number next.
Looks good.
America turns to Fox News Channel. And now the biggest event is here.
You're fired. Get out of here. Trump have a message for you. Not in our house.
The CNN presidential debate simulcast on Fox News Channel. Watch special free. And post-democracy 24 coverage. Plus, Hannity from the spin room. The CNN presidential debate simulcast on Fox News Channel.
With so many choices on Booking.com, there are so many Tina Feys I could be. So I hired body doubles. Mountain climbing Tina at cabin.
Or tree climbing Tina at a beach.
17 days.
Ibirogast. Indigestion. Ibirogast. Bloating. Ibirogast. Thanks to the unique combination of herbs, Ibirogast helps relieve 6 digestive symptoms to help you feel better. 6 digestive symptoms, the power of nature. Ibirogast. It's only a matter of time until your check engine light comes on, or worse yet, your car needs repair. That could mean a big surprise auto repair bill. Those repairs are more expensive than ever. A new engine can be over $5,000. A new transmission over $4,000. That's why it's so important you call CarShield today. CarShield is the #1 auto protection company in the country.
I like CarShield because they were reliable, they were affordable, and they were trustworthy. I think everybody should have CarShield. Once your manufacturer's warranty is expired, there's just no big bills. You needed repairs. CarShield was their fault.
Now it's your turn to get the peace of mind that comes with having CarShield, so you can worry less about auto repairs. Call or go online right now to get CarShield for yourself. Friendly, knowledgeable, money-saving representatives are available 24 hours a day. So if your car is 20 years old or newer, just tell us the make and model of your car or truck to get an instant free quote. In a matter of minutes, you can be covered.
I was elated that I had CarShield. I was more than happy.
So far, when you have a car that's broken, you can't take it.
Here's how CarShield works. When your car needs repair, you take it to your favorite mechanic or even your dealer, and CarShield gets them paid directly. That's why CarShield is America's #1 auto protection provider.
CarShield is just the best thing to take away the fear that something is going to go wrong with your car, because it will. And CarShield is going to be there to back you up. My experience with CarShield is that they absolutely come through every time.
If my car breaks down, I can count on CarShield to cover it for me. CarShield definitely has my back.
Now it's the time to make the smart choice and protect yourself from sky-high auto repair bills. Call now for a free and instant protection plan quote. It's only a matter of time until repairs are needed. And once your car breaks down, it's too late.
Call 1-800-908-6039 or go to carshield.com and get covered today.
Is your shower trying to tell you something? Is getting in and out of the bathtub becoming a safety concern? Are you worried about the cost of a bathroom remodel that can go on for weeks and weeks? Well, now you can have a gorgeous new bathroom shower that's safer at a price you can afford with a 1-day jacuzzi bath remodel.
It's done amazing. Did not have to wait. It is amazing.
I would give this whole experience an A+. I definitely wish I would have called sooner.
From soft close shower doors and adjustable shower heads to features like grab bars and custom seats that combine safety and style. It's never been easier. Get your free design consultation, schedule your one-day installation, and start loving your new bath or shower right away.
Only weeks left to get waived installation and no interest and no payments for up to 1 year. Go to jacuzzibathremodel.com or call 800-991-2603. That's 800-991-2603. Call now.
Oh, my leak filter? I just scheduled an appointment online and the inspection was a breeze. They explained everything.
Leak Filter's technology protects your gutters for good.
Now, my home's protected.
Call 833 Leak Filter or visit leakfilter.com.
20 seconds a week to lose 20% of your weight in a year with diet and exercise. That's the power of GLP-1s through Row. Connect with a provider today at row.co/20.
When you can't watch, listen. Get the latest news, business, and news headlines on SiriusXM. Anytime, anywhere. Fox News Audio on SiriusXM. America is listening.
There are new questions about why Biden's Department of Justice is not taking action against those involved in last weekend's violent anti-Israel protest in Los Angeles. It happened outside a synagogue in a predominantly Jewish neighborhood. One man was pushed to the ground and beaten by a group of protesters. Two people were arrested after police forced them out of the car at gunpoint.
Looks good.
There was actually a toddler in the back.
Got 17 days. That means we could take probably a whole 6.
To the synagogue. That is a federal crime under the FACE Act, but it's still unclear if the Biden DOJ will take action. President Biden and Vice President Harris, however, condemned the anti-Semitic violence through social media posts.
No, I better not. Okay, let's get some aliens here.
The question is why? Jerry, the Los Angeles Times reported that in the
Get the Harrier. I like using the Harrier.
Who was carrying a flagpole that happened to be spiked. I mean, where are you, DOJ? These are hate crimes.
I have to tell you, I find this personally frightening because this is anarchy right there. And, nobody's getting arrested. People are not getting arrested. They're not having to pay for their crimes. Even the president, who says, this is very bad, isn't saying, let's mete out some form of punishment. And what this reminds me of, I don't know if you know Joan Didion's writings, but during the 60s, she wrote about the drug culture, which is horrific in San Francisco, that the center cannot
Go Frost Bomber.
We are facing anarchy because of this. And that's kind of where I feel we are right now in this country.
Well, priorities. We asked where's DOJ, well, we know where some of DOJ has been working with pro-life activists, like this one. She's 75 years old. Her name is Paula Paulette Harlow. There she is. Her husband has feared that she will die in prison. She has a 2-year sentence. She's 75 years old. She's sickly and she's in prison for simply obstructing the pathway to an abortion clinic and engage in any sort of tomfoolery and pushing them down to be used this provision called the FACE Act. If you go to number 1 under the FACE Act, you cannot obstruct access to an abortion clinic. But if you move on down to number 2, you cannot by force or threat of force or physical obstruction intentionally injure, intimidate, or interfere with any person's lawfully exercising their right under the First Amendment of religious freedom at a place of religious worship. So, the irony, Emily, that the same statute you prosecute Paula, then you could go after these protesters.
Such a great point, and Congressman Rutherford has made that point publicly and keeps saying, where is the fair application of the FACE Act? Why can we not use it? Why are we not using it to prosecute these terrible people here? I argue as well, there's a whole host of hate crimes, federal and state, that these guys can be prosecuted under, and I'm curious, since our own FBI and Department of Justice has reported extensively on the rise in hate crimes per year over year over year that President Biden himself has cited, why then aren't they acknowledging this terribly caught on camera, difficult to watch hate crime occurring before our eyes? It must be because the certain religion being practiced is not protected enough in their eyes. That's the reality of this current administration and this current socialist system.
Oh, fuck.
I want to be clear, you can protest. You do not have a right to beat a Jewish woman in broad daylight, as we saw happen in LA. Similar incident here. But here, take a look at this interaction. I believe this is a case study for something happening all over the country. Here's Tom Cotton. If only you were in charge of the FBI and the Department of Justice and could order them to conduct a manhunt for every one of these pro-Hamas lunatics, like you did for every grandma and MAGA hat within a country mile of the Capitol on January 6th. What I'm interested in is what the person above said. He said this, what is going on, I grew up as a progressive Democrat, and Tom Cotton is saying things that make sense to me. There's a lot of people waking up saying, this doesn't make sense.
Well, I don't know how identifying a hate crime would not make sense. Like, I thought we were all at the point where we agreed upon, I mean, as often as the far left plays, and the left, not always far, plays the race card, certainly we understand what anti-Semitism and hate look like. Like, we've already agreed on what that looks like. My question is twofold. One, how does it get to be this big and that bad? How does this continue to happen after the spring that we had on this coast? Somebody is okay with this happening. And if they weren't, they would immediately start arresting people. I read this article, it was out a few hours ago. Los Angeles officials talk of restricting masking and protests after violent protests. Well, that's what the New York governor wants to do, want to restrict masking. Well, why did that just become such a thing? I mean, but you have so many more people you could identify even in this crowd. Either you have the compunction to adjudicate these cases, or you have something else on your heart, and you're complicit. Because that's hate. It is nothing else but that. So Mayor Karen Bass, in the next news conference she gives, and she spoke out against this, President Biden, in the next few words you give, Vice President Kamala Harris, the next time you speak on it, condemnation is fine. But get your law officials in your area to round these people up and press the law. Work on our behalf, American citizens.
This is a really interesting case study will play out tonight here in New York. They had Jamal Bowman shouting ceasefire now, wielding that stool through the air. At the fifth grade commencement, Jewish one was being targeted here in New York. Similar altercation. Well, tonight, you have Jamal Bowman, who's had all sorts of anti-Semitic comments, versus George Latimer, and Jamal Bowman will likely be ousted. I don't believe that is separate from the images you're seeing play out.
It's not, because it goes back to the voters. It goes back to the people. Jamal Bowman is being rejected, if he is finally in the primary, by the people who have seen him on full display, not the false pretend, let me take a picture with a Jewish person who's showing up for Jewish people. The other thing about this is these are not protesters. I've put tens of thousands of people on the streets of New York during the Tea Party days without violence, without an arrest, without anything broken. The minute you commit an act of violence, you're a criminal. And by the way, there is a civil rights division within the Department of Justice. Right. Where is the U.S. Department of Justice Civil Rights Division? Merrick Garland, you're an abject failure. It's who you are.
And it's occurring in the same state where legislation was drafted that if you intentionally misgender someone, that is a hate crime. It is a criminal hate crime. So apparently that's too much, but this abject violence is not enough. What a world we live in. Great point, Emily. Coming up, wild street takeovers in 2 cities in California, and Gavin Newsom wants to defund the police.
If you have chronic kidney disease, you can reduce the risk of kidney failure with Farxiga, because there are places you'd like to be. Farxiga can cause serious side effects, including ketoacidosis that may be fatal, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections, and low blood sugar. A rare life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Farxiga and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this infection, an allergic reaction, or ketoacidosis.
The White House
briefing room has always been where reporters ask critical questions about homeland security, global instability, our devaluing dollar, and so much more. I am William Devane. And over the years, the answers that may come out of this room can threaten your savings. That's why I buy gold from Rosalind. With all the economic turmoil in the world, gold gives me more control over my portfolio. I want that. I need that. With Rosalind, there are no gimmicks, no nonsense, no hassle. They have fast, reliable shipping and make buying gold very easy. Call Rosalind to get your questions about gold answered. Find out how gold can help shield your wealth for a better, safer future. So ask yourself, are you safe?
Holy fuck already.
Call now.
Not enough time on this
Gold,
one.
silver, and IRA transfer kits.
Again.
Call 800-630-8900. 800-630-8900. That's 800-630-8900.
In the furniture business,
I don't think I have enough people.
ZipRecruiter helped us hire qualified candidates who can keep up. We needed a project manager yesterday. We posted a job on ZipRecruiter and had our guy on site in 5 days. He was qualified in every way. ZipRecruiter finds the best candidates for all our jobs. They helped us build our dream team and did it fast. Is that too fast?
4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/box.
So Joe Biden hiding at Camp David for days. Who's running the country? We're going to take a closer look live tonight on Hannity.
When was the last time you checked in on your car?
Oh, hey. Hey, what was the question?
Let me guess. One driving high combo, extra base.
What? If you're a better driver when you're high, think again.
Let's save it. Got a bad feeling. So we'll save it. And we'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out.